Everyone, in today's video we're going to be continuing the series on the More Blocks section of Spike Prime. Now today we're going to be talking about the More Movement tabs. This is ones that control the robot's movement motors specifically and not just all motors. Let's get going. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is hit this little More Blocks tab, and we're going to want more movement because that's what this video is about. I'm assuming that's why you clicked it. Or you just don't have a life and spend your time watching random YouTube videos. Now, the more movement section is actually tiny. So this is going to be a very short video. So even if your attention span is that of the average TikTok watcher, you'll be fine. We have this start moving at 50% and 50% speed block. And if you've watched my most popular video, click the link, my 2-sensor line follower, I use this. And if you are familiar with the EV3, it's a lot like the move tank block. Basically, this controls one motor, this controls the other motor. So if I set this to 12, and I set this one to 78, then it's going to do some sort of weird motion, where one of the robot's wheels is going at 12% speed, and the other is going at 78% speed. So, it is really useful if you want to do, cool turns. And it's also really cool because you can control them both independently with sensor inputs, or whatever. Very useful. Honestly, I feel like it should be in this section, but it's not. I don't know. I don't work at LEGO Education. I don't know these things. The next one. Set movement motors to brake, hold position, or coast at stop. If you watched the last video, which I highly recommend you do, there's this. And this pink one is just for the movement motors instead of these. I'm going to go through each of them again in case you did not watch the video. So, we have the brake option, which just causes the robot to shut off the motors and apply a force to stop them. Then we've got the coast option, and this doesn't do that. It just stops them, and if the robot's going at 100 speed and you just have it at coast and you stop it, it's going to continue to go a bit. This is useful if you want to, it actually stays this way too. So if you're trying to you may have experienced this before. If you're running a program and you're trying to adjust your robot's forklift, if it's at hold position or brake, it won't move easily. But if it's on coast, no problem. So that's one use. Hold position's a bit more interesting. It will let you move it sort of, but as soon as it's done, it will actively try to move it back to the original position. So, if you have the robot stopped and you push it, it will spin the wheels back, as long as they were actually touching the ground. It's not smart enough to track distance in, the air or something. So, they're all useful, and they all have their uses. Yep. Then we have the set movement acceleration to medium. Once again, literally in the motor section as well. But this one's for the movement motors. Yeah, it is. If you have watched my acceleration video, I use a completely different and quite a bit more complicated method. That is because I didn't know this thing existed. But the more complicated method also has its pros because you have more options than just slow, medium, and fast. What if you want to do something else? Basically, when you start the motors, this is how fast they hit top speed. It's simple. That's all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon with one on the more sensors. And let me tell you, this one's going to be crazy. Be sure to subscribe so you get the notification for when it comes out.